YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, and LoveCityArts.org. Hope everyone's having a great evening. Let me lower this music down. A little loud today. So glad to see all of you. I don't know what's going on with my background today, but it's all good. Happy Monday, everybody. Something that we usually don't say for those of us who are immersed in business. We don't usually say happy Monday, but here we are. Here we are. It's Monday, March 30th. Day number 17 of The Good Report. I jump on here every night at 8:30 to hold space for what's good in the world, to chat about what's actually effed up, but then also to hold space for what's good too. Thanks for being here. Hey Pam, this one isn't going to be a long one tonight. We may have a guest call in, but if they don't hit me up in the next 10 minutes, we're just going to spend as much time as we can soaking up this good love energy. And then we'll be off to our next thing to do that's on our agenda. Thanks everybody for watching. Like I said, I've been here every day at 8:30 for no other reason but to see your smiling faces. Hey Dwan, good to see you. Happy Monday, Dwan. Happy Monday, Pam. Good to see you. Thanks for showing up for you. We usually pull an inspiration card. We hold space for people who are, vulnerable right now, including healthcare workers and other volunteers. We hold them in the light together. We share how our day has been going. Hey, Callie. Good to see you. We share how our day's been going, the good, the bad, the ugly. We send virtual hugs to each other, and then we log off. This is not for my ego. This is not because I just want to play on the internet. We are intentional about living lives of hope. We are intentional about having more love, more power, and sound mind. I commented on a Facebook post of a friend earlier tonight. Shout out to Rob Jarrell, who I went to high school with. He was like, why is 45's approval rating going up even though, we're in the midst of a shit show? He didn't say it that way. That's my Andre paraphrase. And I just put down into the comments something that I've been putting in the comments a lot of. The people are not mentally well. And I don't mean to beat that horse every night that we gather, because those of you who've been here since day one, and now we're on day 17, know that I've been saying this over and over again, but please, 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 if you're under the sound of my voice now and in the future in replays and podcasts and all that bullshit, for real, protect your mind and guard your heart. I'm not saying close off to what's happening right now, but just protect your mind. I read before getting on here that one of the finance ministers in a state in Germany laid down on the train tracks and committed suicide because he felt overwhelmed by the work pressure of having to fix this. This is not going to be an easy thing to fix. We're going to have to fix it together. That's the only reason why I show up every night at 8:30 to talk about it. We're going to need each other. We're going to need beloved community, and we're going to need to hold hope in our hearts. And we're going to really, really need to mind that distance between both ears where, I think I announced yesterday. Well, I didn't announce. I just repeated and parroted what the facts are. The facts are that we're going to be New Yorkers. We're going to be in our houses for the next 30 days. I think that they said we're sheltering in place and under quarantine till April 30th. So if that be the case, I need to really, really, really be minding my mind. I need to do my Netflix thing and chill with myself because there's nobody else to chill with right now. It's the saddest thing. Yeah, I usually have fun chill times, and this has turned into a drought, and I'm grateful. I'm not complaining. Life is day by day. I'm not going to say it's great because it's not great, but day by day we're kind of walking. Thanks everybody who's watching. Hey Daniel, hop in our hearts Dewan says it's been a crazy few days, been shedding light to some people down south for a few days. Now they're finally getting it. I know, Dewan. My mother hasn't been watching the news, has been living her life. I've been trying to tell her, and now they're in the house till June 30th. Pam worked, made dinner, and played Clue with the family. Dewan says also Arizona, New Jersey, and North Carolina, 30 days. 30 days, if not longer. Minding my mind, Daniel says. Yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this. We got to walk day by day through our steps, our own personal path. I'm looking for the inspiration cards. Where are you, dearest inspiration cards? I did not move them. Oh, there they are. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to be done in like 5 to 10 minutes because we just... Ooh, earthquake. No, I hit the tripod. I'm going to start shuffling now. Thank you everybody watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and lovecityarts.org. We don't gather from my ego. I really don't give a shit about that. I could be dead day after tomorrow. So since we're here, we're just going to gather and hold space, and be present for each other the best we can. Daniel says, watch out for all of those 30-day challenges. I know. My challenge is simply to keep it together. To stay healthy, to stay fed and well nourished and well hydrated, and to keep it together. That's my only goal. I really don't care about this. I almost said a bunch of dirty words. I almost let y'all know, but I really don't give a fuck about any of the extra things. All I care about is maintaining peace in my heart and calm in my mind. That's just where I am. People can be out here on the internet standing on their head, doing all the mantras, preaching all their sermons, telling people what to do. I know I come off that way sometimes, but I swear to you, I really don't give a fuck about any of that extra shit right now. This thing has reduced me down to what's essential. Food, water, and trying to calm my mind when I'm going through Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and literally people are either not listening or listening. Everyone's got an opinion, myself included. I'm guilty of this. And literally the only thing I need right now is just to be in a chill space. Got to scroll up to these comments. Hey everybody, thanks for coming in tonight. Good to see you. Pam says Pennsylvania is in until April 30th. Yeah, too. Yep. New York as well. Watch out for the 30th. I read that one. Your comments scrolled so fast. I don't know if you saw me reaching out to you with my love. I wanted you to know that I'm here with you. That's Amy. Thank you, Amy. I'm here with you. Yeah, the comments do kind of roll by really quickly. Dewan says, I've become a domestic housewife, shaking my head. What are you making over there, Betty fucking Crocker? Daniel says, I'm here for the Keep It Together challenge, though I think it's great even if we don't. Yeah, I'm here for a Keep It Together challenge. Yeah, and I mean, and that could mean a lot of things. Someone tell me where to stop so I can read this card too. But yeah, I'm here for the Keep It Together challenge. Maybe keeping it together means putting on clothes. You know, maybe it isn't your own Broadway musical self-produced and put out onto the internet. Maybe that isn't your goal. That's not my goal either. But maybe your goal isn't so lofty. Maybe your goal is just to put some soap and water on that ass. And maybe that's how you keep it together. Maybe how I keep it together is by taking a little sip of this. Not abusing it, but just taking a sip. That's how I'm keeping it together. There are other things I'm using to keep it together, but y'all know that already. Though I don't think it's... Okay. Raquel says, worked out in the morning, worked from home, evening workout. Oh, double dip. Attended my Yale class. And oh, you know what? Watching you to keep my positive vibe flowing. Let me tell you. Okay, I'm going to read that one more time. Worked out in the morning, worked from home. That's awesome. Evening workout. Attended my Yale class. Humble brag. I want to hear about the Yale class now because your friends allow other friends to brag on themselves. That's how I feel about it. Friends let friends brag about them, and you can brag to them. They can brag to you about themselves. It's all love. That's what friends can do. Tell me in the comments, Raquel, about what your Yale class is. You must be attending distance class at Yale and made dinner. Daniel says, note when you're creating new habits, it's 30 to 60 days to set. So what new habits are you creating for the upcoming season? You better preach on today. Daniel wants to know, this isn't even me. I told y'all this isn't about me. Daniel wants to know what new habits. It takes 30 to 60 days to set a habit. I've heard 21 days, but let's say between 21 and 60 days. What new habits are you creating for the upcoming season? And for you people who aren't churchy like Daniel and I, upcoming season means the upcoming time. In the days and months and weeks ahead, what kind of new habits are you intending to create? Daniel Tidwell says yes to putting on clothes and hydrating. I mean, sometimes that's all it is. Hustle culture has gotten on my damn nerves. There are people online saying, you should turn your $1,200 check into a business. Hustle culture will fuck you. I'm sorry that I'm this way tonight. I just have to let you know. Hustle culture will fuck you. If the spirit, and see, I weave in and out of the profound and profane. If spirit is telling you right now to sit your ass down and you're trying to hustle, and I'm not talking about people who are trying to reimagine ways of creating money for themselves and putting food on the table. I'm not talking about the recently unemployed that's trying to figure things out. Maybe you should be hustling. But my point is not to get into the weeds with all of this. No matter what you're being called to, if it elevates and boosts your spirit for the survival of walking through this thing, then do it. I'm giving you permission. March 30th, our 17th day together in community. If spirit is telling you to sit your ass down and just chill, even though all of your friends seem to be creating and live streaming, standing on their heads, talking shit, I'm fucking shuffling cards on the internet. But if your spirit is saying just cool down, then do that. Yes to putting on clothes and hydrating. Dewan says cooking every day. We have dinner at 6. Today we had steak, mashed potatoes, asparagus, cornbread, and apple. Child, you are blessed. You had steak, mashed potatoes, asparagus, cornbread, and apple pie. There's different levels of this thing, man. There's so many different levels of this thing. Daniel Williams says, right, boil some water, Amy says, people keep saying, Amy, you should write a great screenplay while you're home. I said, I haven't even decided yet if I'm going to put on pants. It's true. I have a habit of between you, me, and the other people that are watching this everywhere, I have a habit of sometimes giving up on projects, even the ones that I'm passionate about. For those of you who really follow my mission and my vision and what I'm trying to do on the earth, I gotta say again, not for me, but mostly for the benefit of others in the spirit of love, I started doing daily vlog entries at the top of the year, and then they stopped being fun for me the way that I was doing them. So I stopped doing them. And then I felt bad for weeks about not doing them because can I get a witness out there? Is anybody else on this tip? Daniel says, Spirit says, sit your ass down. That'll preach. Yeah. Tonight even, I was kind of I've done 17 days straight. It really feels good to be with my beloved community, but I don't really know if I want to log on tonight. I kind of want to smoke something good and just peace out. The internet was really getting on my nerves because I saw people crowding out against a fence to see the USNS Comfort was pulling into the dock and people were standing shoulder to shoulder, sniffling, watching this boat come in. And I'm like, this makes no sense. We're going to be in the house forever. And I got really dark and I was like, fuck it. I'm not even going to get online tonight. I just want to watch Tiger King. That's all I wanted to do is just watch Tiger King. And then I'm reminded that you all give me an energy boost just like I'm seeking to do the same for you. So thank you for that, for real. Dewan, my schedule every day is morning workout, card, letter, and script writing. Okay, Dewan is a high performer. Dewan writes letters and notes and cards like like it's the 60s or the 20s. Anyway, I'll read the comment. My schedule every morning is workout, card letter script writing, audition submitting, online masterclass, and then cook dinner for the fam. Yeah, you're on a roll, Devon. I'm loving it. I'm inspired by you. I had an egg sandwich today. I need to shower desperately after this is over. And yeah, I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for my work from home job. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, you'd be surprised how, well, yeah, you'd be surprised. Hashtag sit your ass down challenge. I'm here for it. All 30 days. I ain't got no choice. Hashtag sit your ass down challenge. Daniel says, right, all that cooking. You got time, sis. I think he's talking to you, Dewan. Dewan's awesome. Dewan is an amazing musical theater actress and creative. Won't say where she's based because she may like come for me for like putting her location on blast, especially in times like these. But Dewan's really cool and driven. So Daniel, yeah, you're right. Dewan says yes, it's a block. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a block, but it's a block. Amy says big difference between ignoring motivation when you have it and acknowledging when you don't have motivation. Yep. Yeah. I mean, that whole comment that you just said, Amy, really is from like this place of kind of the observer, which we've talked about earlier. I don't know what day. We're on day 17. I've not been tracking these and making show notes because it ain't about that. It's about community. But one of those nights we were talking about the observer, basically that part of your consciousness that can lift up above you and kind of see you in your situation. And the fact that you can notice that there's a big difference between ignoring motivation when you have it and acknowledging when you don't have it, is a level of self-awareness that is actually quite healthy. It's like I can actually say, like, I don't really feel like fucking doing it. I know that I could do it, but I'm not motivated to do it right now. And this really isn't about like me beating up on myself. It's like we're in the middle of a pandemic. There's a lot going on. I'm dealing with a huge range of emotion. I'm just going to opt out. I'm going to opt into myself. Like I'm going to love myself by opting out. One of my Buddhist monk friends, because that's fun, Bhante Sudaso, who runs Happy Cloud Monastery in New Jersey now with Buddhist insights in the Venerable Soma. Lots of words. Anyway, one of my monk Buddhist friends calls it JOMO, the joy of missing out. I need to embrace that. We don't have a choice but to embrace JOMO. And if you don't, I'm not talking out my ass. The Buddha's been talking about this for years. In scripture, for those of you who want to go there, be anxious for nothing. The joy of missing out, be anxious for nothing. It's like all one thing to me anyway. And this joy of missing out thing has to be I submit that to be part of your truth over the next 30 days. Daniel's coming for me about Tiger King. Dewan wants to know what's Tiger King. Just give it one episode, Dewan. It's on Netflix. Tiger King. Look that shit up. I saw a great thing online. We're having a trauma response. I agree. We can't fight or flight. We can't fight the virus or run away from it. So the only thing that's left is to play dead for some people. And that's why we're exhausted. And it's okay to know that and be in that place. Absolutely. I'll read your comment without my commentary. Amy says, I saw a great thing online. We're having a trauma response. We can't fight or flight. We can't fight the virus or run away from it. So the only thing that's left, play dead. That's why we're exhausted. And it's okay to know that and be in that place. Yes, I echo that back. I cannot say that more. I couldn't say that better. It's okay to know that we're in a fight, flight, response thing and be okay with being in that place. Dewan says, we had the same talk at Busch. I know. Dewan and I worked at Busch Gardens together singing under a bunch of roller coasters and shit. We used to always like pull our wine out in the middle of the night because our turn up was not necessarily go out and party all the time. Our turn up was just to kind of chill and be in good vibes. And yeah, we talked about the joy of missing out because we were sitting there when all the cool kids were out doing what they wanted to do, which is completely okay. But there is this kernel, there's this nugget of the joy of missing out. And maybe even tricking ourselves. Now, this is going to be really controversial, and y'all can come for me. I'm going to read more comments in a second. Jomo, yes. Daniel says, joy of missing out. Jomo. I'm an observer of self often. I'm my own guardian angel. Come through, Daniel, with being your own guardian angel. I think that's a good way to be right now. Remember, I talked earlier about protecting the mind. Maybe we should meditate on being our own guardian angel. If I were my own guardian angel, I'll put that to the class. If you were your own guardian angel, what would you do? If you were your own fairy godmother or fairy godfather, what would you do? What would you provide right now? I'll jump in after I see a few answers, and I'm still shuffling these cards, but you guys, without even the cards tonight, have brought up so many awesome nuggets, which is why we're here. Just to be present. Someone tell me also when to stop shuffling these cards so I can pick one for the day. Actually, one just fell out on its own, so I said somebody pick a card, and then one jumped out of the deck. Today's card that we're going to share together, community, on the Good Report. Thank you, everybody. I see you watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and also lovecityarts.org. Thank you for the love that you're sending right now. I'm sending it right back to you. Giant air hugs. You know what? Before I do the card, giant air hugs and lots of love to our emergency responders, all the doctors, nurses, and physicians. May they have love in their life. You know, there's some nurses that aren't even being able to go home because they don't want to expose their family, so they're just staying at the hospital. Peace and light and comfort to them. To all of the delivery workers and the people in the Whole Foods and the grocery stores, light to you. For every person that's laying in an ICU bed right now fighting for their lives because they want to live, may healing energy cover your room now. Particularly for those who want to live. May you feel a healing presence. I read a tweet earlier today that really moved me. I follow a bunch of NDs on. Thank you for the hug, Daniel. I'm sending one back to you. For real, brother. For real. For real. I saw a tweet that someone. Okay, so to actually force someone into a breathing situation, you have to intubate them. Okay, I'm not Meredith Grey or any shit like that, but to actually open up the airways and actually to plug a pipe into someone's throat, you have to intubate them. And this doctor today on Twitter, because I follow a lot of doctors to see what's happening on the front lines, because I want to hear like what the media is saying, but also like what people are experiencing, because I love a good personal narrative. And he said they extubated, which means they took someone off of a ventilator today, and it gave him a slice of hope. So I'm not saying that this isn't that we should go outside and like party or anything like that, but we also have to remember that for the people who are losing their lives to this, there are people who are also gaining their lives back, and there are people right now all throughout the country and throughout the world who are like wanting to live. They're fighting to live. My friend Jamie Marie, her dad right now is in ICU in Wisconsin. He is fighting to live right now. May light cover his entire situation. May every cell come into divine right order. May every function of his body rise to meet him. If he needs a fever to heal, may he be healed by that fever. If he does not need a fever to heal, may it dissipate. This thing is out of control. And the only thing I have is sharing this space with you all. Whether you go or come, there's no pressure here. But sharing this collective field of warm, positive, vibrant energy so that I can get up tomorrow morning and actually put in the work. And for those of you who are in a bit of a tight spot in the moment and don't have work, how do we fill our tank up so that we can go take the showers and brush the teeth and make the tea and just sit in the place of gratitude for what we have and with the hope that more good is coming. I've said it before and I feel led to say it right now. She's no longer with us, but Louise Hay had this affirmation. It may rub up against you right now, but just go with me and then I'll read the card. All is well. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good can come. And I am safe. That's all I got. All is well. And I know that this may bump up against what you see on the news and the people in the ICU. I can't explain any of this. I really, really can't. But I know that it feels soothing to me in this moment to boldly declare over my life. I can't speak for you. I'm not trying to be a guru or anything like that. Like, over my life and perhaps over yours, all is well. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good can come. And I am safe. I say that with the acknowledgement that there may be bad things that happen to us that may also be for our good. Have you ever, can I get a witness out there? Has anybody that's listening under the sound of my voice or someone who will listen later ever gone through something that you thought was a bad situation? But now when you look back on it, you see that it was actually a good situation. Dewan says, I would say that myself. Everything's okay. You're going to be all right. Yes, all is well. All is well. Has anybody been in a bad situation? I talked a couple nights ago about my last suicide attempt. And that's a bad situation. It was a bad situation. But out of that situation, good would come. Here we are together, playing together on the internet, painting strokes of love and light and positivity on the internet together. That would not have happened if I had succeeded and killed myself. Bad situation. Out of this situation, only good can come. Everything's working out for my good, and I am safe. Some of you don't want to hear that right now, and that's cool too. I honor that space. I hold space for anger. I hold space for disappointment. I hold space for sadness. I hold space for depression. I hold space for fear. I hold space for confusion. I hold space for anxiety. I hold space for worry. I hold space for all of the yucky things too. Because I know that if I can actually be with those things, if I can be with those things and allow them to come in as some fucked up teacher. In Buddhism, we say guru everything, guru ex-husband, guru ex-boyfriend, guru anxiety, guru fear. Guru fear is teaching me that I really want to live, y'all. I got more shit to do outside. I want us to get in this quarantine. I want us to save as many lives as possible. But the reason why I have so much fear in my life sometimes is because I really want to live. And I know you really want to live too. That's why the thought of not having your groceries delivered freaks you out, because you know that you need to eat to live. And the hope of wanting to live is what causes all of this slurry of emotion. I'll read the card. Today's card is decision. Okay, let me give a pre-read of this card because every night I sound like a pre-K person reading. Like a pre-kindergartner reading. So I'm gonna give this card a little once over. Tonight's card is decision. We'd like to guarantee before making a decision or taking a risk. We'd like a guarantee before making a decision or taking a risk. But the irony is that taking the risk is what opens us up to our fate. It's like wanting to know what things will taste like before putting them in your mouth. It just can't be figured out that way. Okay, let's not go out and take risk. That's not what this card is saying right now. What this card is saying to me is that maybe the risk is actually being alone with your thoughts. Every night at 9:00, it just goes off every night. Maybe the risk is being still. And the only way you can figure out the sensation of being still is by taking that risk. I'm going to spin this card. I'm going to spin this card because when I think about what this card's talking about, taking risk, and which opens us up to our fate, it points me to ordinary acts of courage. And it takes a decision to make an act of courage. Some of us are being required and asked right now to show up for ourselves in ways that we've not been. If I'm honest with you, there are things that I had just let fall to the wayside. Feeding myself good, healthy meals. Like, if y'all could see my Uber Eats fucking account. I'm gonna read these comments. Daniel Dwan says, I would say that to myself. Everything's okay. You're going to be all right. Daniel says, yes. Holding space for all of us. We are all a gorgeous mess. And the pain and the fucked up teacher is teaching us that we really want to live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Grief is a shadow side of desire. It really is. We want to live. That's why we feel so. We want to live, and we want our fellow human beings to live. We've let a lot of selfishness and bullshit get in the way, but we really want people to thrive. Our hearts do. Our truest good-natured hearts want people. So when we hear death and destruction, it puts us into grief. Yes, Daniel, because our grief is the shadow side of desire. We want to live. Our desire is to live and come through this thing. Amy says, when things are this scary, it almost feels like the risk is having hope. That's what I was trying to say. Shit. That's why you got to have friends, people. When things are this scary, it almost feels like the risk is having hope. But we have to take that risk right now. Ashe, amen, all those things, Amy. All those things. But we have to take that risk right now. The risk is having hope. We got to take that risk. Dewan says, yes. Card to me is saying, be aware of your surroundings. Oh, wow. Yes. Wow. Dewan says, think before you react. Yes, I cannot say that enough. Think before you react. Yeah. That's important too. I speak very clearly. For those of you who are depressed people, and I'm not saying that lightly, as a person who battles varying levels of depression, and it manifests in all kinds of weird ways. Thank goodness they're no longer self-destructive or self-ending. But as a person who deals with various states of depression, and my highs are highs and my lows are lows, and there are things in the DSM for all of these things, and I'm having to think before I react. And I'm allowing myself to be reactive in the silly ways that are okay. Like the pounds of rice in the house and the 30-mile 2-way radios that are on their way here. Little things like that. I'm allowing myself to be reactive that way in the name of like sound preparation. But yeah, I'm with you, Dwan. Like, thinking before reacting is helping me be really clear as well. And then, yeah, Dewan says, like, introverts. Yeah, there are people there. I mean, shout out to the depressed people, and also shout out to the introverts who, I believe it or not, I'm ambivert. Believe it or not, I'm also, Dewan knows this, because even when we were at Bush, and for the people that work with me on cruise ships and things, I would always go to my room and just be there until the next show. Like, I like all of my extroversion to come out on stage or in moments of expression like this, and then I shut the fuck up for the rest of my day. And so, but what's different about this is that I would have at least one day or one night out a week where I would go and meet a friend for coffee or go and sing at Crea, or work on other little creative, or, I'm really missing the gym right now. Like, that's getting to my head because, I wasn't diligent, like going every day or like working out all the time, but I was at least getting in there 2 to 3 times a week. I went from 2 to 3 times a week to now in the last 17 days, not stepping in a gym at all. And like I said, this isn't like to be the Andre show. It's just kind of like I'm trying to level with myself as I level with you all about the fact that like things have changed. And in the first like 3 days of this, I was saying, I'm going to be fine because that's my life anyway. I barely leave the house anyway. I don't need to go club because I wasn't clubbing anyway. I don't need to have anybody over to fuck because like literally I don't be fucking anyway. 17 days later. Why am I shuffling these cards even though I already picked one? All right. Leave me your good reports below if you already haven't. Thank you so much for watching tonight. This is not built around people watching me or needing some form of entertainment for the evening. This is all built around, and I'll keep saying it until I don't have to say it anymore. This is all built around us coming together, feeling light in our spirit. Feeling light in our spirit. Give yourself, if you're feeling heavy, give yourself a little breath right now. Just a little lighter. Just a little lighter. Just a little lighter. Some of you haven't felt relief all day. Just a little lighter. Even me, and I'm no fucking unicorn. Even me, I'm going to give myself the space right now to feel a little lighter. Just a click lighter. Maybe be lifted in the seat of our soul. Maybe be lifted in the seat of our soul. May we be lifted in the seat of our soul. That's all we want. Just a little relief. And that's all we gather for. Just a little bit of relief. Dwan says working was different, staying healthy. Yeah, Dorney Park. So funny. Thank you for showing up for you. Thank you for offering your good vibrations towards me. I feel them. Thank you for receiving my good vibrations extended back to you. Thank you for being along this crazy journey. 17 days, every night. A small group of us, a small but mighty group of us have shown up to hold space for what's good. I'd like to think that we're not just wasting our time. I'd like to think that we're not just bored. I'd like to think that we are doing this intentionally. Like I say every night, just holding a candle for the goodness that could be. So I thank you for this. Sincerely. And we'll keep going. It looks like we're going to have day 1. Today is day 17. And then with the way the math was adding up, I think we're going to end up with like day 49. Either day 48 or 49. Either way, I'll be here doing what I do. I mean, something greater than myself told me to come here and sit. And I know I do a lot of talking, but that's only because you all haven't called me yet. But if you drop me a DM, I'll call you tomorrow night or the night after, and we can all hear a conversation about whatever you want to talk about. But Spirit told me to come here and just sit and just be present. Not for my ego, not for being looked at, not because I'm a theater performer, but just because we need each other. Miss you, sweetie. Stay safe, Dwan says. Daniel says, love you so, peace and light and goodness as you keep showing up. I'm grateful. I could weep about that, but it's okay. tough. Okay. Time spent in love is never wasted. It is the most important thing. Thank you for creating the space. Thank you for being here. Like, you can't see my heart, but if you could put my heart under an x-ray, you would know that, like, I need this time consistently for my mind. And I want to keep showing up as part of my work. Like, for my mind, I need to be here reading these wonderful vibes from you all. But then for my work and from my heart, I need to keep showing up. So if 6 people, 5 people, 1 person, or no people show up, I'm just going to keep showing up every night, 8:30, to hold the candle publicly for what is good, what is right. Because there's so many of us right now that are sitting in isolation that want to do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly. We want to walk the fuck up out of here. We want to do it humbly, but we want to be out of here. And so we just going to keep showing up. Anyway, thank you so much. Hopefully we'll get some people chiming in. Oh wait. Let's see if Rosa is still available to come on. I just got the text. Sorry, Rosa. I just got the text. So maybe we'll have like a little mini conversation. You know what? I'm going to see if she's available tomorrow, and then we'll all start together tomorrow. I think she runs Collaborative Conscious, which is an amazing Instagram, and I've been trying to catch up with her for like a year to talk. I think we'll do that tomorrow. I'll leave you all to your night. I kind of want my freedom too. This space was good just as it was. So yeah, I'll see you soon. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I hope you have a great night. I really do. I really do.